May profits be upon you. Welcome to another weekly Forex forecast. This is part two of the video, of my analysis for the week ahead, and I will leave a link in the description for that the previous video, the one that's right before this one. Okay, the one I just put out. All right, part two. Let's go. Now we're going to start off with just a brief review of U.S. dollar. All right, we have price breaking structure here. All right, that is a very bearish sign for me, a very bearish indication because we are responding well. We respected the bearish fair value gap here, and you see that straight line on Friday after NFP. All right, we had all sorts of things happening with the U.S. economy being affected by world events. All right, the response that may be coming by Hezbollah and to the Israelis and the ongoing war that they're having in Gaza, and also the weak numbers that came up for the non-farm payroll, which gives the Fed a little more. Just they may want to, instead of a 25 basis point raise, they may even consider a 50-point basis rate. This thing is affecting the US dollar in the most just in a dramatic way, and I think this bearishness will continue. All right, but that's what I have so far. We may be coming down to this swing low for the which will act as drawing liquidity. We've already taken out this particular low here. All right, we're taking that low out, and I point those out because I think a lot of times you'll see markets uh, hit these swing points like so, and pull back up and test these lows and maybe even test this low. All right, I'm looking for Monday and Tuesday to show if price is going to create fair value gaps, bearish ones or bullish ones. But I want to see if we're going to start to do something like that. We start a pullback here. I'm keeping an eye out for it. I am bearish. All right, I am bearish, but we just going past some swing points, so you got to be careful with that. Let's look at the euro. The euro is doing the exact opposite of the U.S. dollar index. All right, being that it's got uh, a, a negative correlation with it. Okay, I have the draw on liquidity at these highs. We took out this high here, right, with this sweep. So we took that liquidity. We didn't take it, but they took it. They took that liquidity and pulled back. But I like this pullback. Why? I like this pullback for a bullish move. Why? Because if you put your Fibonacci on it from the base to the top, you see that pullback, perfect OTE to the 618 Fibonacci retracement, which is aligned with this bullish fair value gap. I like this as an internal target. That's why I got the word internal there. And I like this as an external target. That's why I had the word external there. And this is my draw on liquidity. That's what I'm looking at as far as the euro is concerned. All right. If we go to the pound has a similar situation. All right. What do I normally look for? I say to myself when I look at a chart on the daily, the and the higher time frames, where is my last break of structure? All right. This was a major swing high here, and we traded through it. We didn't just tap it and wick through it. We traded through it, which indicates bullishness, right? But you got to expect a pullback because we are at an external point of liquidity. And we got that pullback. And what kind of pullback did we get? I put my Fibonacci there at the top and the bottom. And where are we at? 786. This is where we found the alignment of a bullish fair value gap. And you see how price responded. All right. A very nice show of respect to that bullish fair value gap, and I want to see what Monday and Tuesday bring. This is the nearest swing high, the next external target, as this is an internal target of liquidity. So I'm looking at this high here at 1.2894. I'm looking at that as the next target to be hit. We'll see how the week unfolds. All right, but that's why I got this arrow here. Okay. All right, if we go to the Aussie, Aussie's been bearish, man. Ooh, look at that. Just bearish. All right. Now, when you start to break structure, what do we look for? You know, this is a swing low. All right. We also hit this swing low. What am I looking for? That's why I got that curved arrow pointing up towards that bearish fair value gap, which is aligned with that low where the swing low was broken. All right. I'm looking for price to come back and test these lows. All right. I'm looking for a pullback to start. This is my 50% of this trading range. All right. I really want to see if price will make it up here. All right. Into a premium price as opposed to discount price. In discount, below the 50%, we want to look for longs. In premium, we want to look for shorts. So, as far as the break of structure here, it's bearish, right? And after price made this low and pushed higher, we didn't break that high. All right. We didn't break this low as yet. We are in the middle. This is where it gets noisy, and this is where you can get caught up. All right. You got to be careful. So, what I'm noticing is the bearish move to the downside here. And I'm looking for a pullback, maybe to around the 50%. And then we can continue that down lower. All right. So, my target is this internal uh, point of liquidity. All right, after prices reached an external point of liquidity. You understand? Good. So I am overall bearish, right? But for the week ahead, I'm bullish until we reach that fair value gap and maybe beyond. But I am bullish to start the week. All right. I hope you can understand that. Overall, I am bearish because of this bearish break of structure, but we have to have a pullback, and that pullback will bring price back up, which is a bullish move. That's what I'm trying to say to you. I'm just bullish until we get to the fair value gap, and then we'll see what happens after that. All right, the New Zealand dollar. All right, similar situation. Very bearish. We got a nice pullback after what? Going past that swing low. We didn't go past all the swing lows. All right, we don't need to. Price doesn't need to. All right, what I want you to see is that after taking out that swing low here, price started the pullback to what? The fair value gap, which is pretty close. Sorry, it's pretty close to the 50% of this trading range. All right, I want to see price get up beyond that. That's why I have this bearish fair value gap highlighted here, because I would love to see price come up here so I can look for a high uh, percentage short from here. I want to sell from here. I'll sell from here if price gives me a signature. Gives me the signature of some break structure, some bearish fair value gaps from developing from the forming from the original fair value gaps. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, so I am bearish because price is in a bearish fair value gap on the daily. All right, and I want to see as price is in between a bullish and bearish one. We have trapped price. All right, in between these liquidity points, we have to wait to see how this plays out. All right, but I'm looking for price. I want to short from up here. That's where I really want to short. I want to see if price takes out these highs and reaches further into premium price. So I'm leaning towards bullish for the week to start that week until we get to that fair value gap. All right, but understand that this is a bearish leg of structure that is in a pullback. That pullback is bullish. And that's what I'm going with. I'm going with the bullishness until we get to a fair value gap that is aligned with price. And this one is the higher higher probability here. All right. This one, we'll see what happens with it. Okay. I hope I explained that well enough. If I didn't, leave a comment in the comment section because I like to hear from my viewers. All right. We're looking at the CAD. CAD, now understand, when you trade futures, all right, on the spot, all right, if you're trading CAD, the Canadian dollar on the spot in future, if it's trading CAD futures on the spot, it's going against the US dollar. So you're looking at CAD USD versus uh, USD CAD, which is the exact opposite. Okay. It's just an inverted chart. It just needs you to see that. All right. But we're looking at the CAD futures here. And uh, why do I have this all jazzed out here? All right. Because I believe that prices are going to come back into this area. All right. I believe that prices are going to come back into this consolidation just at these lows and test these lows. All right. This is where they stop at. This is where the breakout structure happened. And I'm looking for price to come back and test these lows. All right. There is obviously prices shown fair value in this area. All right, you can even stretch that out here. Price showing fair value in that area, and when price comes back to revisit those areas, I'm looking for price to turn back over and continue bullish, continue in this bearish, bearish in this bearish uh, structure. Okay, now you see I got the equilibrium here for this trading range. What is that? That's 50% of this trading range. I'm looking for price to get back up in the premium price. I'm looking for somewhere in this leg of structure, I am looking for price to get above that high, that low, break structure, come back, and I can take a high probability short from there. That's what I'm looking for. But price got to get there first. That's why I got this little arrow. All right. I'm looking for a price to pull back up into that. Why would it pull back up? Because we took a very important swing low. Look at these swing lows that we took. Price came down here like a bullet for one purpose and one purpose only. The market makers wanted to get the people who have stop losses down here who took longs. All right. Came and got them. Bam. They're taken out of the trades now. Right. And what are we doing now? We're going to pull back. And price is going to pull back. And I'm going to be looking for price to come around this area. And we'll see if we get our signature by price to take a short. All right. So I am bullish on the pullback, but I am bearish overall because I believe that we are going to make a a low, a lower high, a lower high, and a lower low. That's it. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. USD CAD doing the exact opposite. All right. I'm looking for price to take out that swing high, just like we took out these swing highs. I'm looking for price to take out that swing high and just do this formation I got here. Take out the swing high, dilly dally around, and then push down. I'm looking for price to pull back after taking out these swing highs. That's it. All right. Just the opposite of what I just showed you. Okay. If we look at the Swiss, all right, this is the Swiss franc again. Situation is when you trade the Swiss franc futures on the spot, they're automatically against the US dollar. So you're looking at Swiss uh, uh, the Swiss franc against the US dollar. All right, which is the opposite of US dollar Swiss franc. Got it? That's the US dollar Swiss franc. And the flip of that is Swiss franc futures. Okay, enough of that. All right, what I have here is the high and the low of the range. This is 50% of that range. I'm looking for price to pull back. Exactly what I'm looking for in the US dollar CAD and the CAD futures. That's exactly what I'm looking for. We took out a swing low. What do I say? Price does it pulls back. All right, it just does. That's the way it works. All right, and it starts that pullback. I'm looking for price to pull all the way back into time. No, I'm looking for price to pull all the way back. So and pull back above the 50% mark, and that is right here, which is aligned with the weekly fair value gap above the 50%. This is easy stuff. This is easy structure, basic structure recognition here. All right. And I'm looking for price to give us a signature here, that says take this high probability short. This is going to be I think this is the area to look for it in. You see that order block there? I mean, it was fair value order already offered in this area. I'm looking for price to find resistance there and then turn around. But we got to wait for our setup, period. All right. Looking for the exact opposite on this. Price has not taken out on the US dollar Swiss on the FXM broker anyway, has not taken out that low. You see it's making a beeline to it, that swing low there. I'm looking for price to take that swing low out, pull back up, and find support, find resistance just above the 50% mark, right? Maybe around the 618, which would be an optimal trade entry level, and then continue low. That's it. Actually, oh no, oh no, I got it mixed up. I'm sorry. I'm going to correct it right now. Forgive me. Looking for price is already pulling back. Here is I'm looking at exactly the opposite. All right. You can see it here. Price is already pulled back to the optimal trade entries. Okay. We're looking at just the opposite. I was reading it like it was the Swiss futures. I'm looking for price to start to give us that pullback. What would be the impetus for that pullback? What would be the catalyst? I'm sorry, for that pullback. Well, we're going to take out this swing low, and that could start us pulling back. All right, which would take us to higher prices. I'm looking for lower prices uh, on the CAD futures. I'm sorry for the mix up there. All right, and yen bullish. All right, that's it. I'm letting you know. All right, we took out this high, took out this swing high here, which is awesome. All right, we took out that swing high here. We have another swing high up the way. Very strong momentum on Friday. All right, the yen in these situations are going to outperform the euro. I mean the U.S. dollar because of safe havens. People running towards safe havens and whatnot. All right, and then out of the blue, the Bank of Japan decides to raise interest rates. I mean, the lower interest rates or whatever they did with their interest rates. I'm trying to remember now. But they had an interest rate decision, and it just strengthened their currency, and we're heading towards this this level here at 0.0070185. Okay. Whew. All right. So I have this arrow here. I'm looking for price to form more. This is the weekly. I'm looking for price to form more bullish fair value gaps between Monday and Wednesday. So be careful to look out for that. But I do believe we're going to hit this as the ultimate goal. I'm definitely bullish on US dollar yen. Bearish on the yen futures. I'm bearish on the US dollar yen. We have the swing lows, and I'm looking for price to take those swing lows out and maybe pull back a little bit, probably 38% pullback because of all this momentum. You don't sometimes you don't get to see that 50% pullback. You see a 38% pullback. So I'm looking for price to run right into this